Nope. Can folks hear me? I can't hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you, Francis.
Good. Thanks. I can hear folks. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Jody.
Hi, sorry. I apologize. I'm having some Zoom technical difficulties. I just want to make sure everybody can hear me.
I can.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I came late. Are we waiting for someone or something? You're on mute, Dylan. I can't hear you, Dylan. It shows you on mute. Nothing. No sound.
Can you hear us now, Francis?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
We can hear him too.
Okay, so it sounds like we just need to remember it's set up.
So I'm not sure if it's how much YouTube then.
It wouldn't have,
No.
no.
So do we?
The story went up, but I guess we are starting over again. Apologies for anybody who's been watching us without sound all this time. If everybody can hear me, can you just do a thumbs up just to make sure we're good? Okay. All right,
Shows
so
here,
now that we've got that straightened again, we're gonna ask Lenta to once again give a brief update with regards to the status of the project. Thank you, Lenta.
No problem. All right. Design work, the layout of the site has been confirmed and incorporated in the design with our general contractor. The remaining work that needs to be done from a design perspective will be of a technical nature, and it won't affect the look of, so the visual of the layout of the site. Then area with help from Strong Engineering submitted a report that will be discussed tonight in the session of the three options to upgrade the line crossing at the home race sports field. That upgrade needed to happen regardless of the solar farm. There are some poles that needed to be replaced. It is now a good time to look at how you want to make that upgrade. There's three different paths that you could choose from. That will be discussed in your meeting tonight. Communications with residents. Last week, a direct mailer went out to residents of Mahone Bay, direct to their mailboxes. That design of the direct mailer was approved by Council on the 8th of March and is a reminder of the project and specifically where that project will be built. So it has a map and some identifiers on that map so that people will know where the project will be built. As for next steps, so the site cleanup was originally scheduled to happen with the start of construction. For various reasons, that start has been delayed, and we would need to decide how to clean up the site. There is some consultation that needs to happen with council to make sure that the site is tidied up, but we can discuss that in the next meeting, I suppose, right? The distribution line from the solar gardens to the substation. We are currently busy with that design work. It hasn't been finalized. We will bring that back to council for a review on that. There is some considerations that we are making with regards to visualization of the poles. They are not as high as we initially intended, so some work needs to be done there, and that is ongoing at the moment. As for the LNTP scope, we have not signed a construction contract yet, as you would be aware. The work that has been done in the meantime is not any construction work, as you know. but the first milestone had been reached, and we are looking at amendments as the need arises through this construction project, where there might be allowances made for a fence, but that is also still under review. Once we have that design work done, we will present that accordingly. As for the construction contract, the TCDC, that is a standard in the construction world, the agreement there. We have made some significant progress with our legal counsel, Ms. Cooper, on that, and there's a few items that we need to clarify and negotiate with the general contractor, and once that is finalized, we will be ready to proceed with the next step in signing of the construction contract. And then the last item here is signage, according to or directive from the federal government. A sign needs to be erected close to the site. Just to remind everyone, that sign will include the full amount of the 3 projects that the area is working on. So it will be a bigger amount than is being allocated to Mahone Bay in case people query that amount. It will be the sum of the 3 projects. So in Antigonish, Mahone Bay, and Berwick. That we don't have any design capabilities there. The federal government dictates exactly what the sign needs to look like, and we will erect that as soon as we have that sign ready up. So that is as far as my update goes. Are there any questions?
Your Worship, I have one, and that is
Councillor Wilson.
with regard to the 3 possibilities on the transmission line. How is our overall budget looking? So, I mean, is it going to put us in jeopardy if we went from the $5,000 option to the $45,000 option, or is that doable in the scheme of things?
In the budget for the solar gardens, it's certainly doable. We are cautious because of steel pricing, so we have tried to secure as much as possible. And it's not just steel pricing that is affecting things right now for all the projects. It is also components and shipping delays and all kinds of delays at the moment. So short answer, yes, it can be accommodated, but it's definitely not a let's spend, let's go wild on the money side. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? If I could, I'm sorry, Councillor Burke, please.
Thank you. In terms of the cleanup, would that be, is that something that we'd be discussing now, or?
So maybe I can comment on that one. So we have had, as known to everybody in this room, and it's public information, a notice of judicial review that neighboring property owners have requested judicial review. And at the same time as filing that request, they did request that we not proceed with planned site clearing activities this week. So there were site clearing activities that were planned for this week. We have indicated that we're not continuing with that this week, and council will have to have a discussion around how to respond to the requests that accompanied the notice of judicial review. So that would be a discussion that we would have in closed session with our lawyer who is on this meeting agenda for when we go into closed session.
Thanks.
Okay, Deputy Mayor Kangata.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Lenta and Dylan, for the clarifications. Just speaking to the, I guess I have 2 questions. Speaking to the power line across the field, the last option, does that include trenching, or is that just power going through? And if possible, if it includes trenching, will we know the amount that is required for the trenching?
So thank you, Councillor, for the question. The trenching was excluded from that, as the town public works indicated that they would be able to conduct that portion of the scope for us.
And just as an additional, because this is really above and beyond Lenta's work on this, is that there may be an opportunity to coordinate that trenching work with trenching work that would already be taking place on the site for culvert replacement that's scheduled in the near future. If council reaches a decision on that tonight, we'll see how quickly we could acquire whatever option is chosen. We'll see how quickly we could acquire the necessary materials, and then we'll be able to see how that relates to the work on the field.
Yeah, thank you. The last piece is about the posters or the sign, the street signage that is going up. Do you have an idea where that would be? And is that on private or public property?
I think,
Do you
are we on
want-
the same page? I think we're talking about putting signage at the intersection of Main Street and the access road to the wastewater treatment facility.
And would that be public property or private?
It would be within the road right away on Main Street.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Deputy Mayor. This session is being available on YouTube. And did we advise the families in proximity to the site that it was going to be held and that they could watch it on YouTube?
I don't think we did any specific advisement of that. I mean, it was generally advertised in the same way that we advertise
Yeah.
all of our meetings.
Okay. In light of the ongoing situation, it might have been a reasonable consideration. Anyway, any other questions? No one? Sean?
No, not for me. Thank
Sean's
you.
not saying a thing today. Well, Sean, Lenta, thank you for coming down to give us this update. It's a topic that's generating lots of discussion in town. There's lots of interest in the solar project. Thank you. Okay, if we go back to our agenda, I think we are finished with that item. The next one, we got a closed session. We would entertain a motion to go in camera. Moved, seconded by Councillor Wilson, all in favor? The motion's carried. We will go in camera